Mark, what's happening today?
Hi, Jerry. I'm getting married. Let me,
Getting married? Huh? When did you decide on that? How long ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
2 years ago.
And it took you 2 years to come up today?
2 years. I met Sharon in the delicatessen, and then from there on we were dating, and now we're getting married. Let me introduce my brothers.
You went from your brothers real quick,
come
is that
here.
right?
This is my brother David, my least favorite. Talk, David. Congratulations, Mark.
Come, no, don't look at the camera. Okay, David, come on one side and Jeffrey on the other side, okay?
Camera, congratulations, Mark. Lots of luck. Lots of luck. Kiss me, David.
Who's the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest?
I'm the oldest.
Congratulations, Mark.
This is my best man, my brother Jeffrey.
And Jeff is in the middle, or are you the youngest, Jeff?
I'm the baby.
You're the baby. David, are you married yet?
Yes, 5 years.
You got some advice to give to your younger brother?
Just be happy, Mark. Just be happy. Be straight, Mark. There's my number, David. Okay, let me introduce my other brothers.
There's a blessing from Jeff first. Jeff, tell us a little bit about your brother that you remember in the past few years as something you might want to forget about.
Can't think of anything you want to forget about. He's a real nice guy, real caring, and a real good friend.
Okay. Norman and Philip.
Norman and Philip, two future brothers.
Well, he's a nice guy here. I'll teach him everything I know. Everything I know.
This is my other brother-in-law, Philip.
I'd like to say I'm glad he's taking Sharon away from home, and I wish him all the luck in the world.
And he got the best little girl you know.
Okay, now let me introduce my ushers to you. Okay. Not necessarily in order of importance. Billy Lancet. I've known Billy since high school. He stood up at my brother Jeffrey's wedding, and he's like one of us, one of the family. That's right. Good. Jeff Rosenblum. I've known Jeff in Toledo. He's been my Toledo brother. I was his best man at his wedding. He still talks to me.
Yeah, I was at the delicatessen you met Sharon at today. They have a little booth with your name on it.
What delicatessen was that?
Point After.
Point After? It's no longer in business.
It's now a Chinese restaurant.
Anyway, many years of happiness, Mark.
Okay. And David Weber. Mr. Straight, David Weber. I hope to stand up at his wedding. He's been a very good friend to me. He now is an eye doctor in Tennessee.
No, I'm still a student, Mark. I want to congratulate you and Sharon. I hope the very best for you both. You're both good people.
Right now he's smiling.
We are? Oh, good. Anyway, congratulations.
I want to introduce now my father-in-law, but I consider him like my father.
Thank you. And I consider him like my son. And I just want to say that Cyril and I are very, very happy. And we wish Mark and Sharon the best in the years to come. Lots of mazel.
You're doing very quick. We're going to talk some.
I got to get my father.
Okay, that's good.
These are my two brothers cutting through.
And here's your dad.
Bart, won't be long now, and you're going to join your two brothers in a happy marriage.
This is the man I owe my college education to, my car to, my everything to, my wedding, my mind. Because of him, Sharon and I will start off with a very good life.
You got something special to say to him, Dad?
Well, I have 3 sons, and I want to say for all of them, be all as happy as each other is, their parents.
Beautiful.
You're starting off with a wonderful addition to the family. I can't speak too highly about my girls. And Sharon is going to be another one of the Kirsch girls. We just want to have her join our family in the usual Kirsch tradition with many grandchildren.
Okay, fine. In time.
In time.
Okay, Jerry?
Okay, thank you. We're going to fade out.
That was good. Over here. Over here. Okay, my final usher, and probably my most favorite, is my new cousin, Stevie Mendelson. Guy, dude. A nice guy. Okay,
Stevie, what do you got to say about this here?
I think it's a great guy, and I just have one question for him: is why does he have a different color of a suit than all the rest of them?
Because there was none that fit me in the other size.
Why? What size are you?
Never mind. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Don't make them too hard.
We have here the father of the bride and the father of the groom. And we're going to give you a chance after Cyril goes past us through.
Cyril, we didn't ask for the mother of the bride.
We're going to give you a chance to compare notes between Mark and Sharon. And we'll start at an early age on the father's point of view, okay? Let's talk about when they were born. Let's start with Sharon first. You remember the day she was born?
Yes, I do.
Anything happened different?
Well, it was certainly a very memorable day for me because I had two sons preceding her, and I always wanted a daughter, and my wish came true. The weather was horrible. This is why I sort of remember this particular day. The snow was very high, and I was very, very happy, in spite of the nasty weather.
What day was that?
Pardon?
What day was that?
Oh, now you asked me a question. I'm very,
It was nasty weather, though,
yes,
huh?
it was, yes, the birthday, the exact date eludes me. And I'll never live this down since it's on tape right now. Thank you very much, friend.
That's for posterity.
Thank you very much.
Posterity.
For posterity.
Tell us about Mark's birthday, or first day.
Mark was born on November 13th, 1956. A proud addition to my son David. My first son David. Welcomed him with open arms. He's been fighting with him ever since. But all kidding aside, our families joining today is just a wonderful, wonderful thing, and we're hoping that they can continue in the Kirsch tradition and just make us happy as they've done in the past. This is my last of my three boys getting married, and all I can say is they should all be as happy as their parents.
Do you remember your wedding day?
I remember like it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be 30 years.
30 years? Where were you married?
At Zach's.
At Zach's?
Good old Zach's on
Dexter?
Boulevard. Yeah.
And who was the rabbi? Do you remember?
The one from Curtis Schul.
Curtis Schul? That's around Adat Shalom.
Not Shalom, yeah.
Was that Rabbi Siegel at that
Siegel,
time?
right.
That's who I
Siegel.
believe it was. And how did you meet your wife?
I met my wife in high school.
In high school? Central High? Or
Good old Central High.
how many years ago was that?
I met her about 33 years ago.
33 years ago?
Yeah.
And did you know her right through school before asking her out, or you just dated her right along?
We got to know each other through a mutual friend, Harold Greenspan. And he had me do him a little favor, drop off a poster for Zeta to paint. And then Zeta came over and thanked me, and that's the way it started.
How long did you date before you got married?
About 3 years.
About 3 years? And over the years, you had how many children? There
We had
have
3 sons.
3 sons.
My 3 sons,
So you
and
got-
my grandson, Joel Howard.
And this is your first daughter.
No, I have 2 other daughters.
Oh, you got 2 other daughters. That's right. They're married already.
Sandy, that's the mother of my grandson, Joel Howard. She calls him Bud, and she's going to give me a little budlet in a year and a half, she promised me. And I've got Robin, who's also going to get me another little grandchild in about a year and a half, 2 years. And then Sharon is also going to get me some grandchildren, but we're going to wait because Sharon wants to go to law school. But they promised me 12 grandchildren, 3 of them. And whoever don't have the 4, the other one's going to make it up.
Sam, tell us about your wedding day.
Well, it was a very chaotic one, and somewhat sad because my mother had passed away about 6 months before, so it was somewhat subdued. And but nevertheless, I was happy on that occasion because I met someone that I loved and married the one I loved. And it was held at the Beth Beth Yehuda on Dexter, where I taught later.
Teaching Hebrew school?
I taught in the English department in the evening, and one thing that's quite amusing: the best man never showed up. So this presented a very I'm laughing now, but it wasn't very amusing then, and we never did find out what happened. I never spoke to him after that.
Did he have the ring?
We had the usual ring forgetting problem that we had, and finally got the ring. I forget just how we corrected the problem, but.
How did you meet Cyril?
I met her at Wayne at Hillel.
And how long did you date her before you got married?
Not long, really. Just I met her I met her at Hillel, and about a year later, we began dating. But the original, meeting started at Hillel. We began.
What day did you ask her to get married on?
Oh.
I'm really sticky, aren't I?
Yes, you're getting me again with dates. That's my Achilles heel. That's my weakness. I would say around December, or let's make that January of '51.
Okay, being a school teacher, who took Sharon to school the first day?
I think her mother did.
You don't remember being around?
No, I don't recall. I think I was teaching that day. It was back a long time.
You helped teach Sharon through the years?
I've helped her with her English papers, right straight through. But she, very happily for me, was able to do it her own, really, on the college level. I'm very pleased. She needed less and less help from me.
You're delighted she's going to law school?
I'm delighted that she's doing what she wants to do. In this case, it's going to law school if that's what she wants. I'm delighted.
Don, Mark, going to school the first day. Who took him?
His mother.
His mother?
He was happy to go to school, Mark. Mark always liked school. David made inroads at McKinney Elementary School, and David liked going. He enjoyed it. David liked going with Mark, and it wasn't unusual to bring a half a dozen friends home, because he liked to gravitate in our backyard with the sandbox and with the different swing set, all the toys that they had in the backyard.
Okay, some people want to get through here, so we're going to fade out for a bit here. We're going to get back to you a little later on.
Okay.
Okay, hold on one second. Devin, fade out.
No, you edit all this stuff.
Hello, Mrs. Kirsch.
Hello.
It's a special day for you.
Yes, certainly is.
This is your third grandson that's getting married,
Right.
Is that right?
My third grandson, and he's the last one of my son's boys to be married.
How many grandchildren do you have?
I have 5 grandsons.
And Mark is the youngest? No, Jeff is the youngest.
Jeffrey is the youngest.
Huh?
He goes to Ann Arbor. He's going to be a surgeon in 2 more years.
We were talking a few minutes ago to Don, your son, about his wedding day. Do you remember that day?
The what?
Remember your son Don's wedding day?
The wedding date was February the 10th.
You remember anything about that day? Was that
Yes, I certainly do. It was very cold.
It was cold?
We had a very bad storm in Detroit.
In Detroit? Tell us a little bit.
He was born in Detroit.
He was born in Detroit?
Uh-huh.
How many years ago?
Let's see, how old is he? I just, let's see what, in 31 he was born. Let's see, 31, 81. He's 50 years old. 50 years old, March the, let's see, March. Jesus.
In March.
So would you believe that I forget the date even?
It's okay. Everyone's forgetting dates today.
Oh.
Yeah? Everyone's nervous. They're forgetting
in March.
dates.
March 1931, that was it.
You know what I'd like
31?
I'd like to just spend a few minutes, if you don't mind, and we'd like to talk a little bit about your husband and how you met him.
Oh, I met him at the Baker Holm excursion
Where's that?
in Detroit. They had a boat that went for all-day cruise,
Uh-huh.
and I met him through with a group of people, all young people. I was almost married 50 years.
How old were you at the time you met him?
About 17.
About 17, and how old was he?
He was a little older.
And
He had just graduated from Cass Tech as a printer.
he was born in Detroit?
He was born in Detroit, never went out of Detroit.
You were born in Detroit also?
No, I was born in New York.
In New York? Mom and Dad, where were they born?
My mother and dad were born in European countries. My father was born in Vienna. My mother was born in Galicia,
Where's that?
in part of Poland
Polish?
or somewhere.
Did they meet here? Or
They
did
lived here most of their life. We lived most of our life in Michigan.
But your mom and dad, did they meet in Europe or did they meet here?
They met in Europe.
In Europe?
We were all born
They
here.
were all born here. They came here. Okay, talking about your husband a little bit. How long did you date him before he asked you to marry him?
Not too long. Let's see. I think about a year and a half.
What was your husband's name? I didn't get-
Harry Kirsch. Harry.
Harry. What did Harry do for a living?
Pardon?
What did Harry
He
do
was
for-
he was working for a plumbing supply. He also was a printer, and he also he was a very knowledgeable fellow. He was a very good guy.
Very good guy?
was almost married 50 years to him. 4 months to 50 years. Never made it.
These, when he was doing the plumbing and printing, was he doing it at different times of his life, or was
Yes.
he doing it?
Well, this plumbing position he was in charge of the plumbing supply.
And he did that in his later years, in his early years.
In the early
Early
years,
And
yeah.
when did he start printing?
Well, he went into plumbing,
He went into plumbing.
just as supplies. He wasn't a plumber.
I see. You're living in Florida now.
Pardon?
You're living in Florida now. You said I believe you said you're living in Florida?
Well, we moved to Florida permanently.
How long ago was that?
10 years ago.
You got to feel at home. Isn't this Florida weather today?
Beautiful, just beautiful, just beautiful. I think it's God's country myself. I have a beautiful home, a corner home,
What part of Florida?
Tamarack, Fort Lauderdale.
That's in Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
You got a Florida suntan, do I see there?
Well, I tell you, we have air conditioning, and I don't care for the sun too much. All the visitors come in there suntan.
It's healthy. Okay, for videotape, this is for posterity, to Mark and Sharon, do you have something special you'd like to say to them?
Well, he's a lovely boy. I wish him all the luck in the world.
It's a happy occasion. You got beautiful children here. What?
Too bad the grandpa's not here.
Well, our feelings are is Grandpa's here. He's watching. And he's part of it.
He's a very good boy. Sorry that I'm not hard-boiled.
Well, that makes you a beautiful woman.
He's got a beautiful bride, and she's just beautiful. We just love her.
What do you think having a granddaughter as an attorney?
She's just beautiful. She's just lovely. We're very happy to have her. And he'll make a wonderful husband for her because he's good.
I think they'll make a great couple.
Pardon?
They'll be a great couple.
They will be a great couple. All my granddaughters are really beautiful, and they are wonderful. They're just lovely, right from school.
Okay, we're going to get on here. I really appreciate you coming before the camera, and you're a beautiful lady.
Thank you so
very
much.
We're going to fade out.
That's it.
We have here the mother of the bride and the mother of the groom. We compared notes with the fathers, and we're going to see if they jive a little bit.
Oh, it's like that. There's going to be a television. Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about your children. I think we're going to start off with the day they were born. That's how we start off with the father. Cyril, tell us a little bit about the day Sharon was born.
Sharon was born January 20th, 1959. After 2 boys, I had a girl. I made them open the diaper to check. I was so sure I was going to have a 3rd boy. And her grandfather, Sharon, was even more thrilled. He ran to Windsor and bought her a buggy. The boys were good enough but a new buggy, and ever since then it's been my princess. She's been really our princess, her daddy's girl. When she was little, she used to look out the window to see till he was coming. Now she looks out to see when Mark's coming. What else do you...
Did you have her named before she was born that you were so sure she was going to be a girl?
No, I wasn't. As a matter of fact, Philip is named after my mother-in-law, because I was sure I would never have a girl, so I didn't wait. I named him after had she been 2nd, but since she was 3rd, she was named Shoshana Bela, after my husband's grandmother and my grandmother. Shown 2 very wonderful people. Well, my grandmother I remember, and Sam's father Shown told me that his mother was a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful woman, and that's who Sharon is named after. 2 wonderful, beautiful women.
Zena. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Zita.
Zita, okay.
Mark was born November 13th, and he was our 2nd son, and he was always a very kind person, right, even as a baby, he was always very, very sweet. He has a very sweet disposition, and my father, he was always my father's favorite of all the boys because he was so gentle and so sweet. And over the years, he's developed a little bit of sometimes a temper, but he still has a kindness about him, and we love him very much, and we love Sharon, and we know that they're going to be very happy together.
Okay, you
they
both...
do wonders for each other.
We love Mark just as much as she loves Sharon. We feel like he's our son already.
You both mentioned your fathers. Okay, Cyril, I'm going to have you start first and tell us a little bit about your dad.
About my dad?
About your dad.
My dad was a pharmacist, and Mark is also going to be a pharmacist. My dad was born in Odessa, Russia, and came here when he was 18 months old. And when Sharon met Mark, she said he reminds her of Zadie Fred Olashon, not because he's going to be a pharmacist, but because he likes to have his back scratched. When my dad came over the house, he always asked the kids to scratch his back. He always had a pocketbook, the paperback kind, in his pockets. His suits always sagged because he was never without a book. And my brother Herbie has millions of books in his house that with little messages written in them from my father. He was crazy about Sharon. In fact, all the grandchildren. However, when he was in Florida, he said the grandchildren in Detroit are the best ones. When he was in Detroit, he said the grandchildren in Florida are the best ones. He was a big kibitzer.
Well, my father was born in Latvia, and he came here to the United States when he was about 30. And he was, first he was a buyer for a boutique store, and then he came here, very interestingly, he came here by way of Germany. He ran away from Latvia because he didn't want to join the Russian army, and he ruined his eyes, and they rejected him for the army, and he ran to Germany, and he knew 7 languages, and he became an interpreter for a department store in Germany. And an American woman came there on a buying trip, and she took a liking to my father. She was not Jewish, and she sponsored my father in the United States. She brought him to the United States. The rest of his family went to Israel, and my grandfather was buried at Mount of Olives, and he was the only one that came to the United States. And he was a very gentle man, and like I said, Mark was always his very favorite.
I need my mother-in-law for a still picture.
For a still picture? Okay. I'm going to talk to your mother in the meantime.
Talk to your mother in the meantime. You get the whole dope. Okay. you want my husband?
No, you talked about your dad. How did your dad meet your mother?
I think they had gone to some sort of a social function, and my dad met my mother, and my father was almost 35 years old when he met my mother. And so that was quite old, you know, for a man to get married, and he had been here about 6 years. And that they met, and they had me, and then they had my brother.
Was your mother born here?
My mother was born in Detroit, Michigan, and she was one of 6 children, and the family moved to Deckerville, Michigan. They were the only Jewish family in Deckerville.
Where's Deckerville?
Deckerville, Michigan, near Port Huron. And my grandfather was a farmer, and he also, to supplement his income, he used to go out and sell scrap and steel in the countryside. And my mother, at 18 when she graduated high school, came back to Detroit, and she had had a one-room schoolhouse education, and it was very hard times. And she applied for a job with Judge Lacey, and there was 250 women that applied for the same job, and my mother at 18 got the job.
Oh, beautiful.
Very efficient, very good.
How long did she work for him, do you know?
Well, until she met my father. Then she had me.
Okay, I'll give you some tough questions. Talking a little bit about your grandparents. How much do you know about them?
That isn't a tough question. My grandfather died when I was only 3 years old, but I was always at their home, and so I spent a lot of time with them. And I was apparently I was the only grandchild at the time, and they spent a lot of time with me, reading to me and playing with me. And then my grandfather died when I was 3 years old. And my grandmother always lived with us, and she was a very, very gentle, sweet woman. And she was a very tiny woman, and she lived among giants because my mother's whole family, the brothers and sisters and my grandfather were all very tall. My uncles are all over 6 foot tall. And she was a very tiny woman, very gentle. And she was very determined also to try to get the best education she could. And she resented very much that she came from Russia, and she didn't know how to write her name in English. And so my brother and I stayed up all night long, and we taught her how to write her name, and so she didn't have to sign an X.
That's beautiful.
And that's about what I can tell you about my grandparents.
How about great-grandparents?
Great-grandparents, I don't remember because they were not, they were not here. They were not in this country.
Do you know any history about them?
Well, not really. Not really, because
that's hard.
I don't know too much about them.
Okay. Let's get back to Mark. Let's go, okay, we had him the day he was born, and how long did it take him before he started walking and getting into trouble?
All the other children walked at a year. Mark walked at 16 months, and he was very heavy. I remember there's only 13 months difference between him and Jeffrey, and I remember dragging him around because he was so heavy and he wouldn't walk. He was very passive. He just didn't care to walk. But he spoke much quicker than any of the other children. He had a vocabulary, and he spoke beautiful English. Even before he was a year, he spoke very well. But he didn't walk until he was 16 months old, and he just seemed very content to let everybody do things for him. It was okay.
You remember his first day at school?
Do I remember his first day at school? Only because I felt bad that his brother Jeffrey was home, and I felt guilty that the two of them were being separated. And they were so close, they were almost like twins. They were 13 months apart, like I said. And I felt very guilty that David and Mark were both going to school, and Jeffrey had to stay home. And there was really no reason to, because Jeffrey adjusted very well.
Did you take him to school the first day?
I took him to school the first day, but then he went with his brothers and all the other kids on the street. There was there must have been 25 boys, young boys on the street. It would seem to be a street of boys who lived on Blackstone, and they used to walk to school.
That's in Oak Park.
No, that's in Detroit, near 8 Mile, in Lancer. Nope.
There's a Blackstone in Oak Park, too. Okay, after a few years in school, have you noticed any changes in Mark that you might recall? A little bit different than the other two boys.
Well, Mark was always more passive than the other two. The other two are very aggressive. And I think that Mark became more aggressive as he grew older. I think he decided he wanted some nice things. Mark has always been very unconventional. He doesn't care for material things, and his older brother especially, you know, cares very much for material things. And I think if Mark had his way, he would have been married on a hill. Isn't that right, David? He would have been married on a hill in the woods somewhere. He didn't care about the party or anything else, and he's never been a very materialistic person, and he always likes things that are a little bit way out and different. And the other boys are more establishment.
Do you remember his bar mitzvah day?
Oh, yes.
I know you remember it. Tell us a little about it.
Well, his bar mitzvah was beautiful. He had a bar mitzvah at Beth Abraham where we're members, and my mother was there, and family came in from all over, and my mother and father-in-law were there, and it was a beautiful, beautiful affair. And I think he had one of the most beautiful bar mitzvahs that I've ever attended.
How about your wedding day?
My wedding day. I was not upset. I was not uptight until I walked down the aisle. I was very blasé. I was 19 years old. I had just turned 19. I didn't know anything, and I didn't realize what I was getting into. And all of a sudden, as I walked down the aisle, it struck me that I was getting married, and big tears rolled down my face. And it was a nice wedding. It was a fun wedding. And I remember not eating anything, and my husband eating everything, and he got very sick.
Do you remember how long you knew your husband before you decided he was the one that you were going to marry?
Well, I met my husband in high school.
You
He
mentioned
sat
that.
behind me. And
Did you have pigtails?
I was 16 years old, and he was 18, 17. Either way, there's not quite 2 years difference between us. And he constantly was badgering me to go steady with him, and I kept saying no, I wouldn't go steady until I got married. And I used to date other boys, and it used to bother him. And just one day, we decided to get married, and that was it.
You never went steady, though.
Never went steady. Nope, I went out with other boys, and no, never went steady with them. Didn't believe in it.
I tell you,
and I still don't.
You have some of your family here before they leave. Why don't you bring them on?
These are these people that are standing up.
Okay.
These are Sharon. They're our friends. They're friends of Mark's and Sharon's and mine.
How would you like to introduce them?
Okay, Nancy, you want to come over here? And Adrian. This is Nancy Rappaport and Adrian Kotsky. And Norman Weber. Not Norman. David Weber. Come on, David. I'm nervous. And Brad. And this is part of the bridal party, and it doesn't look beautiful? They look wonderful.
Tell us how you know Mark and Sharon, your experiences with them. We'll start with
Nancy?
Nancy.
Me? Oh, well, I met Sharon in high school when I first came there in 10th grade, and I didn't know anybody, and Sharon sat behind me in geometry. And I used to help her out with her homework since she never knew how to do it. And we've just been friends ever since. Actually, the funny part about it was I think that David Weber was supposed to fix me up with Mark when they first met, and I said no, and Sharon said that she would go out with him, so I'm glad she did. She really got a nice catch. I'm really happy for her. Adrian?
I met Sharon first day in high school. Didn't know anybody. Was really scared. And neither of us had a locker partner, so we became locker partners. And for being locker partners, we became very good friends. And been through a lot of crazy experiences. I've been up and down with her, and God, I wish her a lot of luck in this marriage. Mark is the nicest guy in the world.
David, can you say that too?
No, I was not Mark's locker partner. I was too young to remember when I first met him, but it was somewhere around elementary school. And
it was during Cub Scouts.
Cub Scouts?
Cub
Okay.
Scouts, I think is when
And
you met him.
we went to Wayne State University together. He went off to Toledo, the pharmacy school, and I don't remember what I did already. I guess I still stayed.
You stayed at Wayne.
I guess I stayed at Wayne, and I've known him all the way through. Basically it. Brad?
I made the wrong turn at the corner up here someplace. Actually, I met him last summer when I was taking a class at Wayne State, and we've kept in touch ever since. We've had crazy times too, I guess.
Mark's a crazy person.
Okay, we're going to fade out here for right now.
Okay.
I think photographer wants you. No. I'm going to block you so you can't see yourself.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're on. We're waiting for a special...
engaged for over 2 years. Finally, the big moment is coming. We're going to be getting married in about an hour, less than an hour. We'll be married by Mr. and Mrs. Sharon Kirsch. Park at Point After Delhi. It was disgusting. He asked one of my girlfriends out before he asked me out
Why did you think he was disgusting?
because he was obnoxious.
What did he say to you?
He grabbed my arm and kissed it.
That's obnoxious?
Well, I didn't even know him. And I met him. He was friends with David Weber, who's also in the bridal party. And I was talking to David Weber, and Mark was with him. And then he came over to the table with my girlfriends, and he got together with my girlfriend Marty. He asked her out. That was a complete disaster. To him at a few months later, and my girlfriend Nancy Rappaport wanted to be fixed up with his brother. And he said, will you go out with me? And I said, I'll double with you only if you fix him up. Well, they never went out. Mark and I went out. We had a disaster first date. We went out the second time and had a good time, and it was doomsday from then. We got engaged about 3 months after that, May 10th, 1979. And now we're getting married.
It was such a bad date the first date. How come you went on a second date?
I don't know. He called. It's funny is that he said that I wasn't nice to him, or I was drunk or something, and he took me home. And he called me and told me he had such a great time. He tells me this is like months after we're already engaged, that he had a terrible time on our first date. And then we went on the second date. We just got along really good, and we had a really good time, and it worked out. And he called me, kept calling me, and that was it. Then it started happening. Went out for about 2.5, 3 months, and then we knew right away. I think that we were meant to.
Where'd you go on your first date?
Fiore d'Italia, Northwestern and 12 Mile. And he was afraid to eat, I think, bread or something, because I don't like Italian food, so I just ate a little, and he was afraid to eat a lot because he likes to eat Italian food, as you will see when you see him. And let me see what else. And then we went to this party, and he was asking other girls out when he was with me. And that's about it. Then the second date, we went out to the movies and went to Bloomfield Charlie's, and someone thought he looked like John Belushi, and I said, this is his brother, and they believed us, and we started like fooling around with these people, kidding them. And they believed everything we told them, and we just thought that was funny, and I guess we got along on that. I don't know.
When did he start wearing a beard? After he met you, or before?
He started growing. When we went out with him, he was starting to grow it. So as long as I knew him, he grew it. He shaved it off before. Gets mad at me, he shaves it off, then he grows it back. Looks like a Mexican without the beard and the mustache. And without the beard and mustache, he looks extremely young. So it depends. Keeps it on. If he's in a bad mood, he shaves it off. It's his good luck piece, he says. So he keeps it on. What else do you want to know?
Okay, I'm going to have you talk a little bit about your parents, because they talked about you. And I'm going to start from your earliest date that you can remember, about your mom and dad. Let's start with your dad first.
Let's see. When I was 2 years old, I can't remember. What do you want to know about them?
Well, what's your first recollection? What happened when you were 2 years old?
I remember waiting for my father when he used to come home from work. I was looking out the window, and let's see, what else?
What did he do when he came in the house?
What did he do? Cyril, I'm home. No.
What does he do now when he comes home?
Cyril, I'm home.
Hasn't
No, he rings
changed.
the bell. He always rings the bell. The door can be open. He rings the bell all the time. He thinks that, even if the door is wide open, he still rings the bell. I guess to let someone, if my mom's boyfriend, to let him know he's coming. And
Do you think you got more special treatment because you were a daughter rather than a son compared to your brothers?
no, I know I should have always got double because there was only one of me and there was two of them. But I don't think I did. I got my own bedroom and they didn't, so that was one thing. And I got my own TV before they did because they fight. And I don't know, I don't think I got any more special treatment than they did.
How about your mom? You remember her taking you to school the first day?
She didn't take me to school the first day.
What
I had to
happened
walk.
the first day? You had to walk?
I walked. I remember in kindergarten she went on a field trip with me, and we went to pick strawberries, and I started to cry, screaming at her because I couldn't pick them because I was allergic to them. That's about it. But she never took. I went with my friends on our first day. She took me before to meet the kindergarten teacher, and then to what did she do? Oh, and then to play there. But our school is so close that I walked with my girl. As a matter of fact, Marcy Weiss is a bridesmaid. We went to school together. Since we've known each other since we're 3 years old. That's how I went to school with my first day of school. But that's it. And my parents have listened to me all these years, screaming and yelling at them. They've had to put up with me for 22 years. Now they can have that burden off. Now they don't just see me occasionally, not 24 hours a day.
Having a dad as a school teacher, was that an asset?
No, it's really funny. Is that he's an elementary school teacher. So when I was in elementary school, every time I'd ask him something, he'd say, "No, that really isn't my field. I can't help you with that." And I'd have signs that says, "No, I really can't help you with that." But it's an asset in terms of writing college papers. He's very good at English. So I always, before I ever handed a paper, and I had my dad completely proofread it, so I was guaranteed that because he's on English, he knows it really good. He reads the dictionary for his pastime, and he reads grammar. So that was that's a benefit that I always had. But in elementary school, not really until high school or college did it actually come to benefit me. My father always didn't want to do the wrong thing in elementary school and other times. And he's a science teacher, and I always hated science. I still don't like it.
It's a rabbi.
Okay.
This is Rabbi Michael Silverstein.
Oh, can I introduce you?
Yeah, Rabbi, why don't you go to the
This is my cousin,
right?
Rabbi Michael Silverstein. He just became a rabbi in May. He's going to co-officiate at the wedding.
Hi.
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 I just got in. I'm happy to be here. We're videotaping everything.
Yes.
Our rabbi. Impressive. How you doing, Mark?
This is Mark Kirsch. He's that big boy I told you about when I'm married. No, I can't be trusted.
It's a wave.
Okay. What else do you want to know? Ask me questions because I'm a basket case.
Tell us about the special situation. You got a relative that's going to marry you.
Oh, well, we happen to be very lucky. We happen to have Michael, who's going to rabbi school, to be a rabbi.
I'm already. I graduated last month.
I know.
Yeah.
He graduated last month. So we happen to be very lucky because he's going to be able to co-officiate at our wedding. And not everyone gets to have a relative help marry you. At least, well, some families do, but ours, this is the only rabbi in our family.
And this is technically the first official wedding I've ever done.
And it's kosher, too, this wedding.
Yes, thank you.
I need the bride.
First one has the bride.
Okay, well, you can talk to them. I have to go leave. I'm getting married.
Really?
Sharon?
Sounds wonderful.
Is Sharon or what? Well, I'll need you with your ushers in a minute.
Well,
you don't need me
have
about
a
my-
situation, Rabbi. Thank you.
Can I give this back to you people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try not to.
We have here two pretty bridesmaids. Tell us your names.
I'm Sandy Kirsch. And I'm Robin Kirsch.
Sharon, you're going to
It's okay. She can walk through.
And there goes Sharon Kirsch. To be.
Okay, you're the daughters. Or her daughter-in-law, we call
Right.
daughters. You're all three daughters. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourselves. Okay, let's talk about Mark. Okay, so you'll take turns of your first experience with Mark the first time, and then with Sharon.
Well, I guess I've known Mark probably about 8 years now. And he is the middle brother of the three. I'm married to his the oldest son, David.
How old was Mark when you first met him?
Mark must have been about 16 or so, 16 or 17. And he's always been very, very nice to me. He has a little difficulty with my husband, but Mark and I have a good relationship.
He didn't go on dates with you while you were being courted by your husband then?
Pardon me?
He didn't go on dates with you while you were being courted by your husband, is that right?
No, I was strictly with David.
And how about Sharon? When did you meet Sharon?
Sharon must have been about a year ago or a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, around 2 years ago. Robin's been married 2 years, and was at Robin and Jeffrey's wedding 2 years ago in July.
Did you know she was going to be a sister-in-law at that time, or?
We kind of had the feeling. Mark seemed real happy with her, and we kind of had a feeling that she would be our third sister-in-law, would be number 3.
Okay, well, let you tell your experiences.
Okay. I met Mark about 6 years ago. In fact, he's the one who introduced me to Jeffrey, my husband. And we went out,
how do you do that?
Friends.
Huh?
We met at Wayne State University. And he invited me to go to a party and out to Howard Johnson's just as friends. And I had a midterm and I couldn't go, but I told him I would meet him at Howard Johnson's. And Jeffrey, my husband, was with him, and that's how we met. So he's a matchmaker.
A matchmaker.
He's a matchmaker. And he idolizes Jeffrey, and Jeffrey loves him, and I
How long
love
have you been
him.
married?
It'll be 2 years in July.
And you have children?
Not yet.
Not yet?
For Jeffrey's in medical school, so we'll wait another couple of years.
Oh, you're going to have him deliver the baby?
Oh, that would be nice. I would like that. I don't know if
I don't
he'd have
think
the
fathers
nerve.
do that, do they?
I don't know. I don't know if they'd allow him to do it. I don't know if he'd want to do it.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. God forbid anything should happen.
How many children you have?
I have one boy.
How old is he?
He's 8 months old. His name is Joel Howard. And he was born October 4th. And he's the first grandchild on both sides. And everybody's very proud of him.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 5 years. It's going to be 5 years in July.
How come you waited so long for children?
Well, my husband was going to school. He's a chiropractor, and he graduated. And after he graduated, we had our first child.
Okay,
We're enjoying him very much.
I'll give you both a chance to say something special to the bride and groom.
Okay, I wish much happiness for Mark and Sharon, and I hope that they have as wonderful a life as Jeffrey and I both have.
And I would like to wish them both the same thing, lots of happiness, and a long, healthy, happy life together.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Yes. Well, Ma, how you feel?
I'm fine. I'm very happy to have your sister getting married, especially by Michael Silverstein, the family rabbi. And this is my married son, Philip, who's just taken a beautiful bride, Kathy, and we're very happy to have her in the family also. And
Philip, how's it feel being married?
Wonderful. I'm spoiled. I wish I'd done it last year, but I didn't meet my wife till this year.
didn't give us much warning, but we're still very happy, and we just have to get to know Kathy. But from what we know, we like her. She's been really. He's never looked so good. She must be
The best. How's it going to feel having Sharon out of the house?
I'm going to miss her. No.
Be quiet, eh?
No, it's been a joy having her and Mark come over and seeing their relationship together the past 2 years. And whenever she doesn't believe something he says, she says, "Do you swear on our relationship?" And so if he swears on their relationship, that means it's definitely got to be true. It can't be a lie.
Are you finally going to change the locks?
Do you want me to change them?
Oh. Who gets Sharon's room?
Your daddy gets it for a library.
You still want your glasses on? You're getting reflections.
Okay. I'll take my glasses. Would you take my glasses, please, John? Someday I'm going to have to get contact lenses, and then it'll be better. I always said if I lose 60 pounds, then I'd get the contact lenses, and I've never made the 60 pounds. I've only got to 40 pounds. So maybe now that Sharon isn't home, I'll keep nothing in the house, and I'll get there. But Philip I'm so happy to see him looking so well.
You're over at the other side of the room.
Got a nice limousine service.
Now located at Brook Cadillac Hotel, 24-hour service.
Go on around.
Here comes the groom. I'm hoping that he and Mark will be good friends. And it's so nice to have my whole family. I wanted a wedding where everybody was here, my cousins and their children, at least the ones 16 and over. And it turned out that it's a very, very large wedding, but it meant a lot to us to have the whole family here. I always feel like their kids are my kids, and to have my cousin's son performing the ceremony is really marvelous.
Well, that's wonderful, and it's been a pleasure interviewing you, and here you are.
Thank you. Thanks. Oh, well, I didn't.
You
I
didn't
have
get a chance to
tell
talk
my
about.
gra-
Okay,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
tell about my grandparents.
You want to talk about Jeff Rosen too? Did you talk? Okay.
I have two sets of grandparents, although really I only knew three of them. My mother's parents were Moishe Kowal and Bela Kowal, and my mother's father had shoe repair shops here with my uncle, and although they belonged to my uncle, my grandfather felt everything belonged to him. My grandparents lived with an aunt of mine, my Auntie Tyville, or she lived with them. I'm never quite sure. It depends who I asked. But anyway, all the cousins met us at their house, and that's how we got this close relationship. My parents had a business, and my mother and father worked in the business, and we had such a close relationship that my Auntie Tyville and my mother, LaShawn, had two children, my brother Solomon and my cousin Harold Margolis, whose anniversary is today, by the way. And my mother went back to work, and my aunt nursed one on one bosom and one on the other bosom. They became bosom buddies, so to speak, because Solomon's in from New York. Is that my brother Herbie there?
That's Brother Herbie. You want your Brother Herbie to come
I
up
can barely see him
there?
without my glasses. I was just telling them how Solomon and Harold are really bosom buddies. This is my younger brother. And it's so good to see you. I'm so happy to see you.
On this auspicious occasion.
It's a wonderful occasion, so nice to have the
On
whole
this
family.
auspicious occasion.
This is my brother Herbie, the doctor, the orthopedic surgeon, so we're all prepared if anybody, God forbid, trips or something.
Having a good time?
I'm having a wonderful
I'm glad it's air
time.
conditioned in here. It was pretty
And look,
good.
Uncle Abe called me and said there were tornado warnings, but somehow it seems, I hope they passed.
Hello, Jerry. It's good to see a friendly face at the other side of the...
No, it's on the other side of the tube.
Sam, why don't you come out here and say something after Dr. Cyril?
Oh, it's just, I'm
Never walk in front of the
Your
camera.
daughter,
Sorry.
his daughter and his son were both in the bridal procession, and they look just fabulous.
The wedding cake fell down. I want to talk to you about that.
Oh,
I'm sure we can straighten it out.
I'm left holding the mic or the bag.
Somebody-
Okay. Call someone in here. Cyril, could you call someone in? I'm groping for words.
You have an opportunity now. We didn't get a chance to talk about your parents and grandparents.
About my what?
About your parents and grandparents.
Well, I can only say that I wish they were here, and I think this is what's missing, and in a way I feel they are here. And this is an event that I'm sure if they were here, this would have made them very, very happy.
Do you recall how your mom and dad met?
How they what?
How your mother and dad first met each other?
No, I don't. This is one little puzzle that one piece of the puzzle.
Now, they were in Canada, is that right?
They married in Europe, and I believe in the early 20s, and soon after the marriage, they came over to Canada, Edmonton, and from Edmonton, they moved over to Chatham, where my younger brother was born, and then from there to Windsor, Canada, where I was born. I miss them both very much, but as I mentioned, I feel they are here in spirit.
I believe they are.
Yes.
Well, looks like you're going to have a beautiful wedding here, Stan.
Yes, I'm sure we are.
Let you get to your guests.
And I would like to capture my very, very nice, I would like to say that I am a very...
Okay, we're going to fade.
Very lucky to have a great brother-in-law, Herbert Mendelsohn.
Listen, I want to bring people in.
Okay.
Come, wait, don't do it there. Come here. Look what she gave him. What did you say?
Congratulations.
Give him a kiss again. Okay. Let me introduce you to one of my second cousins here.
First cousin once removed.
First three cousins once removed, but we brought her back, and I slept with her last night in the house. And
tell us who you are. Okay, this is Leatrice. For the generations due to come, this is Leatrice's only little girl, little Lisa. She was born
March 25th, 1962.
which makes her,
19 years old,
and she's now living in,
Dallas, Texas.
and she's here only for this.
Wonderful, exciting wedding.
And in this wedding, we brought back all the people in the family. We're going to try and get as much history together as we can here. Detroit?
In Detroit at Sinai Hospital.
And you got a brother?
I have a brother named Scott. He couldn't make it for the wedding. He's very sorry.
Great Scott.
What else?
Tell us about yourself.
I don't want to tell him about myself.
Lisa's very hard of seeing. Her nose is truly in the books because she has to get it that close in order to see.
Can I go now, Herbie?
And she can, but you got to say something profound. If you're intelligent.
I have to say something profound?
Okay.
I'd rather not. Can I not say something
I
profound
want you to
later?
see. I want to see what generations can do. We're going to get rid of this young one. Leatrice, come on here. I want to see what it looks like. Wait, Lisa, come on back. I want to see you two together. Here's what it looks. Here's what Lisa's going to look like.
No, not after August 7th. God forbid.
Leatrice is going to have some.
Corrective surgery. Corrective surgery.
You notice
I'm not
how-
looking like Sophia Loren.
This is a woman who's not timid. She's going to tell the world what she's planning to do. She started
I'm not at all.
with surgery on her toes.
No, I'm starting on the face because that shows. If that's successful, we'll go on down the body.
Leatrice and I grew up together. She and I went through puberty together.
Oh, no.
No, she preceded me in puberty.
No, you preceded me.
Okay,
You were always
this
a
is
little
Leatrice.
bit, you know.
Auntie Frida, everybody who from our regeneration remembers Auntie Frida and Uncle Reuben. And Leatrice was a little vixen. She really was.
Oh, sweetness. You're just a
Okay.
doll.
Okay. Leatrice, wait, come on, tell us what's happening with your life and look at it. No, really, I'm serious. Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
I'll
we're
tell you,
going
I
to be telling
have
all
a
the.
contract. I'll be going into
Okay,
the
no, what are you doing now?
movie.
Tell us about you here. You're going to hold it.
No, I'm not going to hold that thing. What am I going to be doing now? Whatever it is, I hope I have fun.
Well,
And if I tell all you, then you will not. Then you'll know as much as
Uncle
me.
Reuben and Auntie Frida had 3 boys who
And
loved to be
Leatrice.
large fellows, and Leatrice, the only girl.
Not and a girl, and Leatrice. I love it. I love it.
Okay, yeah.
Bye.
Okay. We'll fill in the rest of this later as the evening goes on. Sam, why don't you bring somebody else in here? Cut.
Here we go.
I'll call you in just a little bit.
Okay, just a few at a time. Okay.
What do you want?
Just stand there.
All right. Hello. It's now about 10 minutes after 6. We're getting close to the moment of truth. I'd like to tell the family about Debbie Hartman there. Debbie, tell us about yourself. Who's your father? Who's your mother? Where do you fit into the scheme of these things?
My number is 26706
That's right.
3134, and I am a U of M fan right now. As you can see, I'm carrying my blue and yellow flowers, and I have on my dress, and everybody here is getting ready for the Michigan wedding that we all came in for to see Sharon become a Kirsch.
Now, Debbie Hartman is the famous Jerry Hartman, who you all see on television when you go to Florida to find a real stockbroker investor on TV. And this is Jerry's older little girl, a little tiny one named Eileen, who's Stevie's name. Life insurance. She sells life insurance, and she knows how to shake hands like any insurance person does. And how do you do? I'm Debbie Hartman. I'm pleased to meet you. You got enough insurance. In the meantime, Auntie Tilly's coming by here, and we got two Aunt Tillys. Two Aunt Tillys. Tybal Tilly? Well, we'll get you in there. Auntie Tilly and Auntie Tybal.
Howdy,
We're going to start
like
with these two, and then we'll feed the rest of the family. Auntie Tybal has we have to give her the derrick hair. It comes from long years of auntie. Auntie talk. She's always, lately she's been before the camera. Auntie Tilly here is a Tybal, and this is Auntie Tilly, who remains a Tilly.
I came from here.
Back here. You know, everybody knows you came from here, but go back. Tell me, I know what I would like to know. Tell me about your grandfather. Your grandfather. We know nothing about the grandfather.
I didn't know you did.
Nothing.
But I tell you, I
What do you
just
mean, your
tell
grandparents? Both.
I tell you, when I was born there, it is that he, they was
You
dead.
don't remember your grandparents at all? Nothing? How about your mother is 80, but nothing about the grandparents?
No.
Why don't we get them in? Yeah. Okay. We're going to be singing Anti-Table many, many times through the evening here.
Yes.
So, and we'll bring in the rest of the mishpacha here. See here, Uncle Abe is my retired, not my retired uncle, my father's brother, and here's my father's other brother.
This is my
Uncle Peter. Uncle Peter has a tale that is beyond belief. He was a merchant seaman. He had many cameras and adventures and many ports. Uncle Peter, but he's used to the camera too because he is what kind of fly is that bites you? A gnat fly and a horse fly to all politics in San Francisco.
Well,
you're on.
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
I'm just the guy that runs up politicians that don't do the right thing for the poor people in the city. That's all.
That's all?
That's all.
Okay, we're going to talk to you later. Uncle Abe.
All I can say is don't make any mistakes in the operating room and all will go well.
Okay, well, just give us some of the background.
I'm a retired engineer and glad of it.
What many years? Where did you work?
I worked in every design city of Detroit. We worked for Ford, General Motors, and Chrysler. If God will forbid the expression, I retired from Chrysler.
My father passed away on the 4th of July, which is coming up in 2-3 weeks. Uncle Abe remembers my dad. He and they both were tough ruffians in the old days. They learned to be pugnacious and taught me that they have to be able to fight back. Uncle Abe was a pilot. He's crashed planes. He's had his neck hurt. He's got scars up and down his back representing a lot of interesting conversations.
Forget it.
But no, okay, we want to go into more things. Let's see. What about your family? What do you got? You've got 2 daughters that you married off. And why don't you get children? Why don't you talk?
We got 2 daughters, one living in Seattle with 2 children, one living, Debbie Shore, and one living in West Bloomfield with 3 children. Marilyn's married to an attorney, Debbie's married to a doctor, and they're all doing fine. We just got back from visiting them in Seattle.
That ought to entertain people.
Now, Uncle Abe, tell us a joke. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna. Wait, Stevie. Let's get Stevie. He's never camera shy. And then you can introduce your brother Jeffrey.
Listen, he was born with a camera.
Norman.
What you do?
He was born with a camera in his face.
No, this is good. Just tell us about yourself.
Tell us about yourself.
This is my nephew Norman Cooper. That's Cyril's son. She's got 2 sons. And this is the brother-in-law of the bride and groom. And this is his friend, the date girlfriend.
Fiance.
Okay, and what's your name? What's your name?
Sharon.
This is what you look like on camera.
I don't want to see myself.
No, you look pretty. Smile.
And we've been going together for about 4 months now. 4 years now. 4 months. And then she's so beautiful. I can't be things.
Nice.
She makes the whole day.
Great. You see, so far we've had a batch of weddings in the family recently. Jerry Acker and his bride, and Steve Acker, and Sharon, and Mark. They all seem to really have hit it off, likes marrying likes, so it's really neat. Norman and Sharon, we got another Sharon. Tell us a little about yourself.
What do I do? I don't do anything. I work. I type all day. VA. I'll be not a veteran. No, it's a McNamara.
Where?
McNamara.
Oh, the McNamara?
Yeah. I'm not far from Yeah.
My daughter. What do you have, brothers, sisters?
Yeah, just like Norman, 2 boys and a girl. No! Sharon.
Spiro? How do you spell it?
Is he a doctor?
Oh, really? Everybody's going to look at one of there is this. There is this.
What?
You speak Yiddish?
No, that's why I said what? Yeah. Detroit.
Where'd you grow up?
You want my early or my middle?
Everything. I know everything about you. Did you hear that? Philip's in-laws are here.
What we do?
All right. Norman, why don't you talk about her and I'm not back. She's just a little nervous. But she's very
I think we have to fade. Okay, talk a little bit and we're going to fade, Norman. Ready for the wedding.
What, for the wedding? Oh, the one in the American Sharon, she's a good girl if you get to know her. If you get to know her, Mark will get to know her, and he'll be surprised.
Okay, people are coming in. Let's go and fade out.
There's some people we don't want to show on the screen here. They're ugly.
It's been a long time.
Is that okay? There's the Cyril greeting somebody who I don't... Oh, she's been looking forward to see that family. This is another batch of newlyweds coming up, the youngest actors. I'm going to see. You have my vote.
Thank you very much. This is Jeffrey Phil.
Hello. Name is Jerry Hartman.
All the way
Give us the stock report for tonight.
That's Toyota salesman in Palm Beach.
Herbie,
where's the mad doctor?
Herbie Hartman. Sandy Zenberg. Look at that dazzling smile here. Look at that. Look at this hair. Jauntily over to the side. Hello. Who are you?
I'm the best man's grandmother.
Oh, Mazel Tov. I'm Uncle Herbie. And you're?
And he's the grandfather.
And the name?
Bragman.
Bragman?
Yeah.
Something to brag about. Mr. and Mrs. Bragman. What's your first name?
Louis.
Louise. Louis.
Yeah.
Louis. Louis. All right,
Lisa.
Louis. And what's your bride's name?
Huh?
What's the bride's name?
Sharon.
Sharon. Okay. Louis and Sharon Bragman. Is the camera? Can the camera get it all in? Don't mess with me. I got my cousin Harold here. David, my son, his little French girlfriend, Annie. You all know Annie. You'll see plenty of Annie. And here she is, the first of the Red Hot Mamas. Turn around here. Look at that figure.
Look at that figure.
Look at those brains. This is the mother of the latest Go-Bomb plan.
That's true. That's true.
She came in from Florida just to stay warm here and be here. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. Say anything.
We came here to be with the family at this terrific wedding.
Big old mishpacha.
We wouldn't miss a mishpacha.
And here's another part of the mishpacha here.
By adoption.
Another part of the mishpacha. Careful, I don't want.
Can we get in here, Herbie? Thank you, Thank you.
Look at this guy.
Wonderful.
How do you like this wig?
Maya wants to
How do you like that wig?
Where's the tape?
Tape, I got it.
So why don't you bring it?
I got it. Gonna give it to you.
We'll give you the tape. Christmas is on camera.
Is this
No, you're on television.
I don't want to be on television. You know, that's all he ever says. I don't want to be on. You must have been guilty of some crimes in your youth.
He doesn't want to be seen on
The
Channel 7.
least you can do is interview your wife.
Interview the wife. This is my wife. I'd like you to meet my first wife.
Yes. And your
She's
last
going to give me a kiss.
And only wife. I'll kiss you after.
She's going to kiss me after.
Oh, mess up the makeup.
Okay. All right, move it. Come on. Keep it moving. Hello. Another one of full Cyril things. Tell us who you are about Cyril and everything. No, but you got to tell us. What's your name?
Irene Feldman.
Yeah, I see. Huh?
And here you are, Herbie.
What do you want me to say?
Tell us. He's a retired watch repairman.
Ah, no. A horologist.
Yes, Your Honor.
Hi.
This is Rhodey and Harold.
Hello, how are you?
Cousins. First cousins. Rhodey's always lovely. She came in lovely and pure and white.
Harold was lovely?
Can you capture how white this white is? And Harold is a little off white.
But lovely, right?
That's right. We got a beautiful day here. We're going to catch you on camera. Think of clever things to say later on because you know I'm going to be hitting you with things.
Okay.
Embarrassing things I'm going to say, and you're going to have to make up for my faux pas.
Nothing is here.
You're going to have to make up for my faux pas all the way along today.
Very good, Herbie.
Okay.
Okay.
Another graduation.
Okay, as long as you're going to be professional here, we're going to, where do we do it? Where's the other spot? Before we,
Come on and tell us about yourself while you're waiting here.
Well,
hold it, or just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You're on camera here. If you look at that camera.
Oh yeah. Okay, back up.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I see. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Mel Glazer, Sybil Glazer is my wife. We're more than happy to be at Cyril and Sam's and Sharon's wedding.
Some old friends of Cyril and Sam. He's a school teacher and she's a school teacher.
Ex.
She's an ex.
An ex.
Okay. I'm going to do Ziggy and Irma next. Okay.
Hi, Dr.
Ziggy and Irma. This is not Ziggy and Irma. This is Irma. Ziggy and Irma are going to come up before the cameras. Okay. These are friends of Cyril that go so far back. These were Cyril's friends in the old country, right? Didn't you know in the old country?
512th Street.
Are you trying to make me old or something?
And Ziggy has what I've got. He's got a saw. I got a saw. He's got a saw. most of you who will see this in the future may realize that Ziggy and I have something in common. In the beginning, we got dirty fingernails from working on cars. And the challenge of mechanics... No, I still go back to the car. Man against machine. All right. Want to have a seat in there? Well, here you go. Talk.
I'm talking. What are we going to talk about? What do you want to know?
What comes to your mind? This is Mark
Wonderful
Kirsch's
occasion. We're very, very happy to be at this beautiful wedding, and I know that the kids will be very happy.
Well, about this bridegroom, I don't know. I came in, I seen only one person in white, and I thought he don't belong here. I was going to throw him out. And
He's pure.
He's the main man.
He's pure.
Yeah. Oh, how are you? How are you, sir? Don't give me your problems. I'm not allowed on this television to...
everything you're saying is being monitored here.
Yeah, to make it. Hello! Okay, let me give this...
you got an old bag.
Let me give this word phone to somebody else.
I still have a bad back.
And your neck?
And my neck.
I took care of your grandchild here.
Yeah,
Busted arm.
right, yeah.
You know, I took care of Cantor Adler's grandchild, his son's little girl. She's the sweetest thing. When I hurt her, she just said, "Ooh, that hurts so much, doctor. Do you have to hurt me so much?" And then, you know, his son brought to my office. The only time anybody's brought me a real good old-fashioned kind of payment, he brought me a nice big piece of flesh after. He said, "This is the way we do it." I gave it to the bubby. She prepared it for us.
Can be done.
Well, something can be done, but it's only in the form.
You looked at the neck, you looked at the back.
Let me tell you, see the way he stands here? His neck is 150 years old, and I never, you know, I used to see him, in fact, I used to see him with singing and wondering why he holds himself that way. Now I have x-rays of his neck, and I'm telling you, his neck looks like he was a diver.
To walk in the, what do you call it? In the...
What do you call it? That's what I'm trapped to.
You
should know better than me.
To walk in the hall and get a little slide and get such a terrible pain in my back.
Examination. I did already. Okay, warm up here. Let me hear you.
Oh, we're in good voice tonight.
Oh, we're in good voice tonight.
See? See the effect I have on people?
This is what's coming soon.
I'll come in, I'll go hi.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Now what,
okay.
What is the
I think we're getting warmed up for the actual processional, so I'm going to leave.
Tell your son to quit kicking.
Wait. No, don't kick too hard. Okay. Since we have the cantor, you want the red rabbi?
Thank you.
Michael, the family had to have a rabbi in the family, and we got it at last. Michael, say one or two words here, and then get on with the business.
I've got to get there with the senior rabbi that's really organizing this, but I'm very glad to be here. Tagit Mashu B'Ivrit Adoni.
Shalom.
Oh, he's wonderful.
Wait.
Hillel Day School. They do great things in Jewish education here in Detroit.
Okay, and we're now ready for the big time. Okay, let me give you this here. Where do you want some mics and things? Got some, Steve? Where do you want some mics? Music from...
I expect you all have the same expressions when you turn around. Okay. He's going to shoot here.
You're going to walk this way, and then you're going to straight down. Okay? When you're coming back,
You know what? Why don't you come over here? You're all ready to go. But don't go yet. You want to move up? Is Dave going to stand this for you? No, there's nobody coming back.
Dave's in part-time video.
Jeff, you've been through this already, haven't you?
The old time. It's easy. It's easy. I'm getting a good girl. I have nothing to be nervous about. It's all worth it. All the aggravation. It's all worth it. All the aggravations from the Mendelssohns, the Coopers, the Kirsches, the Jacobsons, everybody. It's all worth it. And the parishes.
It is worth it. You better believe it's worth it.
I feel like I'm the bride. I feel like I'm the bride. I'm so happy.
Did you have a nice wedding this year?
It wasn't as nice, but it was just as much fun. And I got a wonderful guy, so the wedding isn't everything. But we had just a lot.
I can't top that.
He's still just as good now as he was 30 years ago. And Mark should be as lucky as Sharon. And Sharon and Mark should be as happy as Sam and I are. So not, then they'll be always in love. And that's the best part. Like Raj and Jerry Seifert, too.
You're not nervous now, right?
No, I just a basket case.
A basket case?
Yeah. We see them only off the aisle, you'll see. I'll trip them over. Thank you.
Right now.
All the way down. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Altmans that are here from Shaker Heights. Reuben from North Miami, Florida. The Hartmans from Palm Beach Garden, Florida, my sister and brother. And they are celebrating their 25th wedding anniversary tonight, too. Now I have to call Sharon and Mark and my sister and Jerry and my cousin Harold Margolis and Rhodey, who are also celebrating an anniversary, a 17th anniversary. My uncle Peter is here. If anybody from San Francisco knows Peter Mendelson, all the way from San Francisco. June, the Altmans are here. June, Gus, Harold, and Lisa, all the way from Las Vegas. And you notice I mentioned my 5 I'm really not like that. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll turn your attention to the center front, we have Mark and Sharon taking out the first cut of their wedding cake. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to have Mark and Sharon take the center of the dance floor. Even though they've been out there dancing all night long, we'd like to have you welcome them for their first official dance as husband and wife. Kirsch. Flo Robbins, front and center, please. Flo Robbins. Is Flo Robbins out there? Paging Ms. Flo Robbins. Here she comes. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get a horror started, and we have a guest singer with us tonight. Her name is Ms. Flo Robbins. Cecil Robbins. Hi, everybody.
It's just like the big time.
We're friends of Don and Zita Kirsch. We had a wonderful time, and I only want to say that I wish the young married couple many, many years of happiness.
And your names?
Marty and Harriet Malter.
Malter, okay. The Malters are here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Okay.
Handle talk.
Hi, this is Annie.
Oh, you on?
Are we on?
Tell us when.
This is Ann and Gordon Weinstein.
There you go.
We've had a wonderful evening. Much luck, health, and happiness to the young couple. Good night.
Great time.
Okay. Remember that kid with those fancy teeth we showed you before? Here's his big brother. Okay, tell us who you are and how you fit in the family here.
I'm Howard Jacobson. I'm your cousin, Mark.
That's right, but what about other people on? The time is when it's time to say goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. Have a good time.
We wish Mark and Sharon the best. They are just a lovely couple. Only good things. Good night. What a wedding.
Your turn.
Mark, have a great time on your honeymoon, and we'll see you soon, and bye.
Don't be too wild, Mark.
Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, Mark, especially on the first...
That leaves you pretty open, huh, Mark?
especially on the first night, huh?
Well, I'll tell you, I wish you all a
Here, talk to Uncle Archie here. You met Uncle Archie's bride?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold it in your
I know him. Yeah, Archie, I wish you your wife a good, happy years ahead. Lots of...
Thank you.
And I want to come back when I'm 100 and see you both running around.
Listen, we are getting you're never better.
This is the gal that's keeping him young, you know that?
That's right. She's pretty enough to make me young, too.
I want you to hear the cutest little laugh.
I want to ask Peter something. Peter, do you still got $1,000 bills that you showed me one time, remember?
I haven't got no $1,000 bills, but I'll show you something better.
Yeah. I'm telling you, he showed me $1,000 bills.
It's a money-making machine. I'll show you something better.
Oh, boy.
What is
that? That's only.
What's that?
Here's the evidence. Hold it around there just like that, so we can study it later.
50.000 Dollar. Oh, also, Herr Geld habe ich nicht gesehen. Good enough, sorry. Listen, Dr. Mendelssohn.
Yes.
I want to wish you should Nachlass haben von deinem Plemenitske.
My Plemenitske?
Yeah, you wish a Plemenitske.
Sure.
So you should Nachlass haben für ihr. Und enjoy.
Thank
and
you.
the next, I hope no simchas. That's what I need.
That's why I said every time when you're around. Okay, I want to listen to her. First of all, let me tickle her. I want you to see. Hold this. Watch what happens when you tickle like that. No laugh. Okay. You might get a laugh out of her. You're going to see yourself later. How's he treating you?
Wonderful, just wonderful.
Is he a gentleman?
The best man in the world.
Does he make you daven with him all the time?
Yes, that's good too.
Tell us, how many paintings have you done so far yourself?
I have about maybe 60.
Let me tell you here.
60. This year
You can see her condominium, Florida. If you could see the number of paintings she's got on her wall that she's done herself. Beautiful. I mean, just outstanding. Really good. She's as good a painter as he is a whittler.
Thank you. Well, what do you know?
Okay.
We're on our way. Okay.
Okay. Good night. Good night.
Take care.
Molly, that's it?
Right. Good night. A lot of luck.
Wait a minute, guys. Do you people know that if you ever need a garage, they got the best winter garage. You know, my Lincolns stay in their garage for stud service all winter long.
Now, what are you planning to purchase next, may I ask?
Yeah, what kind of car? Something like that. Something good. That's right. At least that expires
And this guy's got Popular Mechanics magazine that tell you, you know those sex magazines, this is Popular Mechanics that tells you how to do it.
That's right.
Anyway, I want to wish the young couple lots and lots of happiness. It was a pleasure being here on the Simcha, and we should have plenty of Simchas together. Okay.
That's right, homie.
So we're on our way.
We're on our way now. Okay, get the next group in. Okay, Dr. Mendelssohn, thank you very much.
Thank you. Cut. That's nobody coming. Only me, sir. Okay. And Mazel tov on your son. He's going to be at Wayne's Medical School? No, he's going to be at Michigan State's Medical School. He's in. Just finished his first year.
Got it right.
Here's some friends with Cyril and Sam.
Right.
Tell us about yourselves.
Joan Rebecca Perlman, and we're also friends of Don and Zeta Kirsch's. And we were lucky. We did both sides, groom and the bride.
Did you know that her brother is a drummer?
Did I know? Yeah, I knew.
What else do you want to tell them about?
Nothing, just that I wish Sharon and Mark the happiest of lives together.
This Sharon and Mark?
Wedding. The rest of their life should be as beautiful as the wedding.
Okay, another mazel tov for you all.
Another mazel tov. Thank you.
And cut.
Thank you.
Safe.
Are we on the air now? Thank you. It's been a beautiful affair. Nice to see the whole family together. Nice to see Sal again. Rody, you want to get involved here?
And this is Craig. That's
Craig,
me.
camera's
I'm
okay?
Craig.
Craig's going the wrong way. Okay. Herb, you're on.
Let me say this. I think Harold has summed everything up. It was a beautiful wedding. I really enjoyed myself. And I've never seen a wedding where everybody here has enjoyed themselves so much. Let me leave you with this one last word. Good night.
So much. I don't enjoy myself so much.
Greg, you got to talk this way. Greg.
I don't enjoy myself so much.
Debbie?
You want to talk, Debbie?
Hold on. Debbie, hold on to that. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you at Craig, wait, I want a kiss from you. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Bye. I don't want this anymore.